Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Life with Tanisha RN. She's a longtime friend who's been with us for what might be a year. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Could be much longer than that already. Life with Tanisha RN is here with us regularly, and this is a creator that's going to help us for the most part with planning. We think about daily planners like Day Runner or Day Timer and things like that, organization in general. But this creator's been doing a lot of collaborating with other people as well, and then when they can get on a cruise, they do that and bring us a lot of travel-based content in the middle of everything as well. And actually watch this video yet. I clicked on it before we started. I'm just going to put this into a special playlist I've got, and that is called my catch-up list. It's a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. When we look at the About section here, we're going to hear a little bit more about planning, journaling, enjoying life in general. And when we look at shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 600 and almost 700 views on a couple of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they're on usually once every month or two. I see some familiar faces over there. Jeremy and Cheryl are there. Rob's there, and it's great to see creators collaborating in any way at all. It's one of the fastest ways to grow your channel, because every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed to grab a good handful of brand new dedicated and loyal subscribers who are truly interested in you. So thank you everybody for being here. I know a few people came in pretty early, so thank you for that as well. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go right away. Tim Mitchell will come up. He's the producer behind the Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. We'll look at a couple of channels right now, but I'll get them onto the screen. We've got a few names on there already. Members and moderators are always added onto this wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. And then over the course of the stream, I will add some more names to the wheel. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Let me see. Tim Mitchell's got an extremely popular name, so they struggle with the search results. That's going to go on for a little while. What I'll do for today, though, is I'll grab their link and I'll drop it in the chat. It's much better if we can take the time and make the effort to search, find, and click on each other's names, because the names that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. Once this creator gets around their first 100 subscribers, which is coming, and especially 200 subscribers, they should be doing much better and rising up the search results. We should be able to find them a little bit easier. Tim Mitchell's actually been putting out some content lately. We'll talk about that in a second. So Scratch and PPA and Canadian Family Life, along with Just Jason Keto, are all up on the wheel already. They're beloved and dedicated moderators here. And then Crafty Witch 232 and PK Adventure Travels were both early in the door as well. And there's Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official right now. We're going to look at their channel in a second. Create and Relate has been added to the wheel as well. And then I see Enfield Road Layout in the Loft is here. Angel Roads Designs is a longtime friend as well. Cake and Meat Eat Day with Cherry is Danforth Avenue Wellness, another fellow Canadian from Toronto. They're in the house. Cali King 916 from Sacramento is here. Coker Culture is in the house. Fever Dream Animation drops classic film every single day. And then Matt and Mouse is in the house. New Horizons Above and Beyond, and Nicholas Family Adventures is a longtime friend as well. She Devil Adventures is a longtime friend. It's great to see you all in the house. Thanks for coming in so early. We keep mixing up our days and times today, so we've got an action-packed evening as well. Right after Tuber Chat, in 3 hours from now, we'll do a 1-hour stream on our copyright-free music channel. If you haven't already seen it, all the same music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music you can use in your videos and in your live streams. And all that music's published on all major music platforms, including Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, and everywhere else. There's our dear friend Michael's Adventures. He's going to drop a premiere at 8 p.m. tonight, and Just Jason Keto and More is going to go live at 7:30, as he does every single week. Now, here in Tuber Chat, we mix up the days and times, so we probably won't be on again on Thursday for another 3 weeks. When we are, I'll probably move the streams slightly to a different hour, maybe just a little bit earlier than now, but we'll see. And then, hopefully, everybody is having a good time meeting each other in the chat already. We're going to talk about Tim Mitchell's content right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, Michael's Adventures. If you happen to move it to 9 o'clock, just please let me know, and then I'll set the redirect over there as well. When we look at Tim Mitchell, we see a creator that came in letting us know they're actually producing the content for cooking in the, cooking with the cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. And they've got actually a few different channels. It's a bit of a tongue twister there, obviously, even after a couple months now. Tim Mitchell is working on the first 100 subscribers, and they've put out a little bit of random content so far. A few shorts videos. I think a couple of these are newer as well. And then a few live streams. So yeah, they were live just a couple of days ago. I'm not sure if I caught this one or if I just reran the replay. I think I just reran the replay on that one. But they're on their way to Seattle in that one. So cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is the channel for which they produce content, and they've actually got a couple here. I'll show you the other one as well. But when we look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, we see almost 400 subscribers. They'll probably get it right now if anybody hasn't already connected with them. So both Tim Mitchell and this creator have both been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. This creator is known as Chef CV, by the way. Driving Daily, good to see you in the house. The Confident Quilter, Gladys L. Paul is here, cruising on the high seas and travel. We just saw Rob in a StreamYard panel thumbnail on Life with Tanisha RN's live streams when we had her channel up at the beginning here. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is going to bring us delicious looking content, and I'm just going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. This is something I will probably never in my lifetime enjoy, but something, meaning eating it. But I am always fascinated to see how things are made and how things are done. This creator actually goes farther than to show us the meals that are prepared, but they also show us the tools that we might use in the kitchen. Some of them simple, like knife sharpening, some of them advanced, like mixers and things like that. Shorts on the channel have gotten now into 600 views almost. They got a couple here tied, going to be at 600 any minute now. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they seem to be live fairly frequently, at least once a week, sometimes more often. And look at that, they've got a real wheel there, which is really, really cool. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. I'm just going to show you one more channel if I can remember the name of it. And pardon me, because a couple of these are tongue twisters. The official, unofficial, off-topic squirrel. And this is another channel that they're working on. I'll just show you this one quickly. I think I got it backwards there. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. When we look at this channel, they're just giving us more of a chance to actually get to know Chef CV behind the scenes, and a little bit more random content than we expect on the cooking channel. Shorts over here have gotten into 700 views and one over 1,000, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they were live a few weeks ago. They're probably due for another one sometime soon, and they're working on their first 100 subscribers as well. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with them and push them a little bit closer to that milestone. Lucy Grace 56, good to see you here. TWP Popcorn is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away because they're a member, and we'll spin. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Scratch and PPA seems to have been either at the front of the line or pretty close to it for almost the whole month of April, at least a couple of weeks. So we'll get a chance to see this creator early today. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see somebody who's known here, of course, as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now 8 years on YouTube. Superchat is coming up next week on its 5-year anniversary, if you can believe that. So I was already on YouTube for a couple of years, and then Superchat came out as a thought right after we started. Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, and a few other creators came in who are still with us today, if you can imagine. Scratch and PPA has been here for just about 800 of the 826 episodes we've done of this live stream, if you can imagine that over the years. When we look at Scratch and PPA's channel, we see, first of all, this creator's working on 2,400 subscribers. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So what he does is pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, a lot of fun to be a part of. And he premieres every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail for over 4 years. He has not missed 1 week, if you can imagine that. And if you can catch us for one of those premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family, faster than this here, faster than most others. He rivals those of Garden State Gardener, the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. When you get to his channel, you're going to see that presentation is at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in the thumbnails on his videos, but they also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. This fellow Canadian updates his banner every single week, if you can imagine that, and then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 4.5 years ago. And he expanded his content on his channel last year when he took a trip to Italy. He brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, and now that YouTube's pushing longer shorts, I'm sure we're going to start to see a lot more like this. And then he brought us some Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. You'll also notice he's done his very first live stream. We're all hoping for more, but glad that he's expanded the content on the channel. I was very lucky to have been there at the time. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel, so we have the best chance of catching each other as often as possible as well. You'll notice a little bit of a hint here. I don't always mention it, but if you look through Scratch and PPA's playlist, you're going to see that a lot of the playlists here, which he puts on his homepage, have got the times of the playlists within the title. And what that does is when we're thinking about swapping playlists, like we just mentioned, you have the opportunity to understand exactly how long these playlists are going to be before you get to them. He's got all his original videos before the Scratch Challenge series started 4 years ago, so you can go back and have a look at that as well. California Ford 44, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Lucy Grace 56, I'm always good. Thank you for asking. I am always living the dream. Hopefully everybody else is here too. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. There are a lot of creators in the Superchat family that I'm able to remember roughly how long we've been friends, just because I mention it so often. And the only reason I talk about it is so that you understand how supportive a lot of people are going to be to you, even before you meet them. I can tell you this. We can predict the future here, basically, and know that there are supportive people who are going to be willing to help you along the way, not just in the next weeks and months while you're building, but years into the future. TWP Popcorn is one of those friends. I cannot remember for the life of me whether we've been friends for 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, because I run into them constantly in other people's live streams and premieres. They are unbelievably supportive. They're here occasionally as well, frequently sometimes, but also out with other people, and it's one of the most heartwarming things for me to see the friendships that build between each other, the support that's given between different creators, and everybody pretty much agrees. The favorite thing that everybody tells me that they have about YouTube on their mind is the friendships that are made along the way. TWP Popcorn is working on 1,500 subscribers now. They let us know they've got quite a bit of information on their About section here. So they've got quite a bit to go through and read. And looks like they're in Missouri, if I'm not mistaken. And then when we dig through the videos, they've been posting a lot of highlights out of a lot of live streams. That's a feature, of course. While you're live streaming on certain platforms, like YouTube particularly, you can just press a button, and what happens is whatever went on for the last 5 minutes right up until that moment gets cut as a video, and it's left unlisted on your channel, and then you can change the title and description and thumbnail and all that stuff if you want to, and then just release it as a video. So I'm going to take the latest one, I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 10,000 and 15,000 views. Been a while since we've seen these. And then live streams on the channel as well, and you can see that they're live streaming frequently, every few days as a matter of fact. So hopefully everybody will connect with TWP Popcorn, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'd love for you to get some of their support coming back to you. And they are working on 1,500, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. My love, Kristen Welton, has entered the building. I'm going to get her on the wheel with our moderators. We'll spin and get to the next channel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I'm just making a note for myself. New Horizons birthday is April 30th. So one of the things I often mention is the idea that anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And if you have something special coming up, I know you can't message every single person. You want to come into every premiere and live stream. But if you have a birthday or a celebration, a milestone, or especially your monetization celebration, then feel free to reach out. I promise you I will always try to make it in, no matter what I'm doing, even if I just have to peek in there. The only exception is if I'm driving. I was trying desperately to catch Create and Relate, and both Scratch and Pete PA last week and Crafty Witch 232 sent me messages to say, hey Kev, they're on. And I was driving, I couldn't get in there. But I changed my plan at the last second. But it's definitely worth the moment if anybody wants to connect that way. I always enjoy meeting other creators, and then like I said, I'll try to get in there. 90% of the time I could do it. And then Michael's Adventures is up on the screen right now, and this is another beloved and dedicated moderator here. And he is going to be putting videos out every single day, at least once a day. Elfish Tanks, I got you on the wheel, by the way. Michael's Adventures will premiere tonight, probably right after Tuberchat. And he does that frequently, usually for about a half an hour. But some of his videos go on for a couple of hours. Lately, he's been posting almost twice a day. He does walk-arounds his area, stories to be told along the way. He will bring us a lot of wildlife and trail cam footage between raccoons, deer, foxes, opossums. He does some bird watching. He does some lottery ticket scratching. He plays a game on a phone or a tablet, like a slot game. We'll see that in a second when I get over to the shorts videos. He's got a few outdoor videos here, some winter weather, of course, that usually does well. Lottery ticket scratching, and then when I look at the popular ones, we see that he's got one that's over 6,300 views playing that slot game on either a phone or a tablet. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's adventures. Every moderator on this channel is a longtime dear friend of mine, but they're all dear friends of each other as well. They all have different channels and they all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members the same way we do here in Superchat. Mr. and Mrs. Lady, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody rushing when Mountain is here. Kristen Welton, yeah, she has been baking. She made pretzels the other day. They came out perfect. And
speaking of perfect, that's for you,
she's bringing one so I can munch on this during our breaks there. But I got a paper towel for it here, but let me have a look. Let you have a look at this if I can. I moved my camera today too. But isn't that beautiful? She did a perfect job with these, eh? And look, even the bottom, not overly done. But yeah, they are unbelievable. I think she put everything bagel seasoning on them too, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's going to be a delicious treat, again, for the second time this week. But thank you, my love.
Testing out pretzel crust pizza.
She mentioned an idea the other day for anybody here that does cooking and experimenting with things like that. She is thinking about taking that same dough and trying it out as like pizza crust. So we'll see how that turns out. Because a little bit dense, right? So no way to know until you try. And then, she tried one. Oh, look at this.
A little mini one.
Oh, a little mini, almost pizza. It looks like homemade pizza, but you see what I mean. I'm trying not to drop it on my keyboard. Thank you. And then, what else was I going to tell you she was going to make out of these things? Oh, pizza buns. I mentioned it the other day. Or pretzel buns she was going to make for hamburgers. I like that a lot. You can even make a frozen hamburger taste like a restaurant when you put a pretzel bun around it. Create and Relate is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yes, I have to admit that life is not too terrible when I can do a live stream for 3 hours. The house smells like cooking and baking the whole time, and then there's fresh food ready for me as soon as I'm done. Kristen is one of those people who knows her way around the kitchen so well that everything she does tastes like it comes out of a restaurant, you know what I mean? Like really high quality food, whereas somebody like me, you know, if it's fish and chips, you better believe it's as plain as possible fish and as plain as possible chips to go along with it or anything else. Create and Relate is coming up. This is the creator I was just talking about, saying I wanted to hopefully catch them live, and I missed them last week, but they did a lengthy one. We'll go and have a look at it in a second, and then we'll see when they're going to be on again. Nancy Perrin Ministries, good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel. They've got a couple of channels, actually. Create and Relate is now at 327, so we'd like to push them towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. What they are bringing on their channel is a lot of product reviews. Now, they let us know in the About section, though, that they're going to do a lot of arts, crafts, do-it-yourself videos, and everything in between. But since coming into the TuberChat family, now many months ago, I've seen a lot of these product reviews. So they've got this Cricut machine. They're making things with that. They've been working on some clothing and sewing, I'm assuming. Yes, I think they had a sewing machine too. Lots of lighting and other kinds of things we could think about using for film, like a camera mount here, a camera right there, and some more art supplies lately as well. These are really interesting to see. So hopefully everybody will check those out. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they've gotten into almost 1,000 views on one of them, but 1,300 on another, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So like I said, she did a lengthy one. So look at this. How do you have, oh, you did two at the same time. That's excellent. That's something that can be done. You have to think about whether it's appropriate or whether you want to handle it. But more and more creators are doing this. all the time. I haven't done one in a long time, but you can live stream both ways, because we know that not everybody likes vertical live streams. Primarily here in the Tuber Chat family, we're all creators. So we're so used to producing our content the same way. And if you're not somebody who's doing as much on Instagram and TikTok as anything else, you may not enjoy the vertical live streams. But doing both at the same time gives you a chance to reach both audiences, because vertical live streams can draw in subscribers and trolls and every other thing that comes with that. And traditional live streams are more enjoyable, it seems, to creators, let's just say. But either way, good job there, because you almost doubled up on the views too. And look at that, 5.5 hours. I thought they were on for 3 hours, but 5.5 hours. So hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. And like I said, anybody can reach out anytime if you're going to go live or do anything else. I am happy to catch everybody as often as possible. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Cruising Scene is here. And it's good to have you in the house. And what we'll do right now, we'll take a little break. I will take a bite out of my pretzel here, and we'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. These are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. There are 4 episodes so far. I have edited the Curmudgeon Alaska episode. I still have yet to edit the Be Amazing Sylvia one. I just got to post Curmudgeon Alaska's. I'll do that soon, and we'll put it up in a month or something like that. Give it lots of time to sit in the algorithm. But these are extremely informative, because all of the creators featured, including Moz6510 Models, who we're going to hear from, he's the creator that you see under my camera here right now, just coincidentally. But he took over our stream boss position. Every Super Chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that video game life meter there. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. He's held that position many times before. So like the other creators that are featured in our series, they've all been longtime friends of ours. And then down the road, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. The Source, yeah, he's been an enthusiastic friend that's been with us a few months now. Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Our instructions are always in our video description, so everybody new can make the most out of their time here and meet as many friends as you would like to. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Let's go watch that interview clip. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build, and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
yes,
and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. I forgot to spin the wheel, but PK Adventure Travels actually saved me there by dropping a super chat. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They must have slipped that in right before I got the goal started for today. So forgive me for not having that count. But they did that actually so that we would have a look at Foodie's Vacations channel. So this is a fairly new creator here in the Superchat family. I think they've been here once before, maybe twice. But it's great that we're going to have another look at the channel. It's a generous thing to have done, so thank you again, Ryan and Mel, for that. We'll look at their channel in a second. So Foodie's Vacations, like I said, is somebody I'm getting to know. This is Vicky, as we see on the About section. And they are thinking about the yes, thinking about vacation, but curious about the food at their destination. So that's a cool idea. We've got a lot of friends that do a lot of travel and cruising and things like that, but it's nice that you have an interesting take on it. So I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. They've got a big tip in there for us when it comes to the idea of Royal Caribbean. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2200, 2300, and 4300 on a few of these. Lots more travel-based content, as we can see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they have been on pretty frequently. It looks like they're on every day, sometimes more than once a day or close to it. So I got a couple of notifications on. We always set notifications for everything that we see, premieres, live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That is in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Next up is PK Adventure Travels, because they dropped a super chat so that we would look at Foodie's Vacations. And thank you again, Ryan and Mel. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Ace Flaw 1 is coming in. Good to see you here. PK Adventure Travels is a channel that I have thoroughly enjoyed since they've been here in the Tuber Chat family. I believe it's long beyond 6 months now. Ryan and Mel have got a few different series on the channel, so they will take us traveling and especially cruising whenever possible, but they take us camping too. One video that I thoroughly enjoyed was when they took us for a tour through their camper here, and it's not just because I happen to be fascinated by RVs and trailers and things like that, but because they have shown us the modifications they made, very simple, but themselves, to make things even more livable, let's say. Ryan does a series where he talks about travel news. Most of it is, I want to say lighthearted. He approaches it from a lighthearted angle, but interesting and almost comedic stories about some of the disasters out there that can happen. I'll leave it to you to find those videos, but he's doing them frequently now. I thought it was once a week, but it might be more often. They drop premieres frequently. They travel as much as they can, and are travel agents as well. As a matter of fact, Ryan was letting us know he was talking to a client right before we started the stream here. I'm curious about that too. I had considered a long time ago, when I was changing, I don't know, jobs, careers, whatever you want to look at it, the idea of becoming a travel agent. I didn't pursue it. I got something else faster. But I wondered about that because I think it would be exhilarating in its own way, right? 10,000, 12,000 on a couple of these shorts videos that they've got here. They're monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Lots of live streams set up, ready to go. They're live every Wednesday. I missed you yesterday. Yes, I missed you yesterday. I don't know how. You know, I've been on the computer this spring more than ever before, and still, I don't know how I managed to miss you. I had to be on the computer at the time. But I've got notification bells on. Hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. And then, like I said, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them when we get there. They're working on 1,200 subscribers. And, like I said, they're on live weekly as a minimum. And then have they got it? Is this a different one? Oh, helping for hands cruising. So this is good. I'm always happy to see people doing things to help others, whether it's organizations or people themselves. I should warn everybody again, just as an idea, you always want to be careful about people specifically asking for money. And I'm not talking about charities and nonprofits. I would love to think that everybody here is like-minded. We would all help anybody that we could, any way that we could as well. But we also have to know that there are, we're dealing with online here, and there's people who are, we'll call them bad actors, let's say, that run around asking people for money all the time. And I promise you, it's never once. And there was a bit of that going on. I think it's calmed down, but last week was pretty heavy for that. I wonder if everybody noticed that the algorithm really did get a good shuffle recently as well. I talk about this sometimes where YouTube comes around. Happy 20th birthday to YouTube, by the way. YouTube comes around and switches up the channels that we see. So you might start seeing channels you knew from like a couple years ago, and then a lot of your friends are not showing up in your feeds and recommended. You got to go searching for everybody. But that got really extreme the last couple of weeks for me. I started seeing videos that people had posted years ago, and I'm like, what on earth is this? Pardon me while I catch up with the chat here. AceFlaw1 is coming up. He's been a friend of mine since before Superchat was even a thought, actually. I've been friends with Andy for about 6 years.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
There's Cruising is Fun Anytime. That's Jeremy and Cheryl, and I mentioned them with Rob earlier. Today's first channel that was up was Life with Tanisha RN, and she had done a live stream with them. We noticed them in her thumbnail, but they do that all the time. Cruising is Fun Anytime. Jeremy and Cheryl have a handful of channels of their own. Hats on a Mission is a newer channel from Jeremy with a special message, and it's a special channel, so I hope everybody will check that out. But they're on every morning with Eddie Lugo Studios. They do travel talk. Down the road, still in the house, so thanks for hanging out. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is here. I have been able to catch them live, and they seem to be on all the time. Facing Reality, there's a friend from 4 years. She's been with us from the beginning, so thanks for coming in. And Crystal Dragon, Rita, House of Creations. I haven't put you on the wheel yet. I'll do that right this second. We'll talk about Andy's travel content in a second. He's been doing travel content since as long as I've known him. Like I said, probably getting on 6 years now. And this is a creator that posts occasionally, but you can see his channel's doing just fine. He's working on 5,800 subscribers now. When we dig through the thumbnails, you get an idea of all the different places that he's been able to show us through his videos. Shorts on the channel feature a bit of variety here, but this creator's gotten into 1,700 views on one of these, even though they're a little bit different for the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with AceFlaw1. That's Andy. I know we got a few Andys in the Tuber Chat family these days, but this is also Andy. And like I said, he's been with us from the beginning. It's interesting to know that after 800 episodes of Tuber Chat and almost 5 years, next week 5 years, that we still have creators coming by after all this time to continue supporting and growing their channels the same way we all are. So let's think about spinning the wheel and see who's next.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
You'll be reaching out to Jason, begging for his help pretty soon. I'm getting into desperation mode. My my strength and everything else weakening. I'm gaining weight like never before. Like I said, I've been on the computer more than ever before, but that leads to a more sedentary lifestyle. And I try to get out and walk a little bit, but it's not like doing it for an hour or two a day. You know what I mean? That would help. That's what I'm supposed to do, but we'll see. But Just Jason Keto and More can help anybody when it comes to the idea of healthy eating, healthy living. Now, I always resort to weight loss when I start talking about this because it's something that I bounce up and down with. I've lost a lot of weight before on keto, and I didn't even know I was on keto at the time. I lost 30 pounds in 2 months, and it wasn't that hard, to be honest with you. Just determination at the time. But Just Jason Keto and More was just on another channel the other day. Why can't I remember whose channel he was on last night? He just did an interview, if you guys don't mind reminding me. I know a few of our friends were there. Scratch and PP, of course, was there. And he actually reminded me that it was on, so I didn't miss that one. But Just Jason Keto and More, when I got in there last night, was going through the story of the motivation that turned him into keto. I'll leave it to you to go and find Just Jason Keto and More. And yes, I know. I have this bit of guilt, I promise you. I've met up with Jason like 3 times in real life, so I have this like tiny bit of guilt every time I talk about pretzels and pizza and everything else. Because I know that Jason's here all the time. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator as well as a dear friend. It's okay to be a transgender. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. You'll see their link was dropped as soon as they did that as well. And I will look at their channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen. As soon as that happens, we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. But thank you. No, I appreciate every little bit for sure. And then when we talk about keto-based diet or lifestyle, Just Jason Keto is going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. And I'll leave it to you, like I said, to check the interview from last night or get to his channel to hear the story about what motivated him. The motivation behind his channel specifically, he will constantly say, and I heard him say it last night again, if he could help just one person, it would all be worth it, because he knows the impact that a healthy lifestyle can have. And he has a lot of recipes on his channel. What I like about Jason's recipes is they're simple, easy, literally both, simple and easy, and they only feature a few ingredients. Pardon me. And then as well, Gail Southern Living, of course, another dear friend of ours for 4 years by now. She's interviewed 1 million people, and Just Jason Keto and More was on with her last night. So I hope everybody will check that out, because he got a chance to retell a story. I think he said he's done it at least 50 times. And Just Jason Keto and More does a lot of product reviews on the channel as well. He's very known for these chaffles, but it's just a part of his recipe collection. He's done probably 100 of those or close to it. But he also does product reviews of the kinds of things we're going to see in the grocery stores and health food stores marked as keto friendly. But he's going to help us understand some of the ingredients and whether we can count on those things and how they're going to affect us, as well as the recipes, of course, with the ingredients. Once in a while, he'll unbox another product like these Dash Mini Chaffle makers or a air fryer, or he'll take us for an outdoor adventure in a city near or far. He's got a lot of guests that join him on his channel as well, both in videos and live streams. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. He's got other friends that join him regularly. I don't know everybody's name yet. Anita's in there. I've seen her a few times. And then shorts on his channel have gotten into 5,000, 6,000, and one over 22,000 views. Now, I've seen that one, and I promise you, this one's entertaining. That's why it's got so many views, so I hope you'll check that out. But there's a hint here about healthy-looking grilling shorts or food preparation, let's just say, that have led to thousands and thousands of views. Now, one thing I think I forgot to mention this the last couple times, so forgive me for this. Jason's channel is really growing fast right now. And one of the things that happened not too long ago, it's a few months now, so I gotta scroll back here a little bit. He did a video that just suddenly popped at like 20-something thousand views, 24,000. There it is right now. Garlic butter chaffles. And, you know, it's interesting because he's so consistent. Jason drops videos, he drops shorts, he live streams every week, and I believe that momentum along with maybe a tiny bit of luck, if I dare say. But the informative nature of Jason's videos and his presentation, he's always done a great job. But the thumbnail, everything about this video just seems to be fantastic, exactly what it should be. So that that video just exploded, right? And all the videos around it have started to reap the benefits, where we're getting into over 1,000 views on average for a lot of these. Another one here, 14,000 for another one, cheesy lasagna chaffles. Interesting that those thumbnails look so similar too. Not exact, I'm grasping at straws, but you know what I mean. I'm just trying to figure out what on earth Jason did to make those videos just pop the way they did. Then live streams, like I said, so he's on tonight. He'll be on in less than 2 hours, and he is sometimes by himself. Sometimes he's got guests. Either way, he's got a vibrant community that's going to contribute in the chat when we have questions and comments. And then, like I said, sometimes he's got guests. Sometimes he introduces us to other channels. Sometimes he does a cook-off, or I say cook-off, but a cook-along live stream with a multi-cam setup. So he's got GoPros and wireless lavaliers and all kinds of stuff. So Just Jason Keto and more. Another, like I said, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, happens to be here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. But I hope everybody will connect with him. We would love to push him towards the 5,800 subscribers we know that he's thinking about now. And then we got a super chat that was dropped by It's Okay to Be a Transgender. This is a brand new channel, and I know they've got a brand new video. I thought this came out already, but I remembered this from the other day that there's a premiere. So this will be coming on actually in just a few minutes. So it's a perfect time for us to look at the channel, and we'll see what they got going on here.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So we'll have to wait and see what this video is going to be. For me, I'm going to have to watch it after the stream today. They've just got a few subscribers now. Brand new video, brand new channel. So I hope a few people will connect over there. They've got an about section ready to go. So my guess is that it's not their first day. Their avatar, banner, and everything else is already set. And that video is going to drop in a few minutes. So like I said, there'll be fresh content right after Superchat. I'll look forward to it. I'll either watch it tonight or before our next stream in a couple of days. And hopefully everybody will connect. We'd love to get them to, let's say, their first 10 subscribers for today. Every milestone matters. We all started at 0. We all remember what that's like. And then we'll start talking about the first 100 after we get there. But they're back for at least the second time today, and thank you for that super chat again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get back to spinning the wheel like we are now. It's almost time for me to add a name to the wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged as well. So we'll do that in a moment. Nancy Perrin Ministries has 2 channels for us to look at.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then I see that Tampa's Creek Homestead and more is slipping in a gifted membership there as well. So thank you for that. We'll look at their channel next because, like I just said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get right back to spinning the wheel. And Nancy Perrin Ministries has 2 different channels, and they both have different about sections as well. But here we know we're going to get spiritual inspiration. We can tell that from the banner, from the thumbnails right away. Even though they don't have a new video yet, I'm going to take the second latest one that they did. I'll put that in my catch-up list for today. Like I said, that's a playlist I use just to keep or get caught up with creators. It's got a fun name, but playlist can be a great tool for that kind of thing. They're already working on 1,300 subscribers now, which is great to see. That looks like they've got their 1,200 locked in. They got some shorts over here as well. Some of these have gotten into hundreds of views, and it looks like a little bit of variety, more spiritual inspiration here, but they've got a 2,000 view And this was nice because this is a short. I'm not sure if this is cut. I haven't watched this one. But they just did an anniversary video. I think that was on the other channel. We'll see that in a minute, actually. But I'm always happy to see that kind of thing. Live streams. So they've been on a couple of times a month. They're probably due for another live stream over here. But if I show you her other channel, Perrin Family USA, you're going to see that they've got a little more family togetherness over here, along with a little bit of spiritual inspiration. Working on 800 subscribers right now. They've got information about the whole family on the About section here. I see they got a brand new video, so I'll take that one. I'll put it into my catch-up list there again that I keep talking about. This, you can see, is a lot more variety, a day in the life ideas and stories to be told. They've got shorts over here that have gotten into almost 600 views, one over 1,600 though, which is great to see. And it looks like a few cooking videos as well. And then live streams on the channel. Where did the video, was it a video instead of a live stream? I just watched it. Here it is, the happy anniversary, where they went out to eat and had a few different things I probably wouldn't eat. I don't eat a lot of shellfish. I know a lot of people do. Sometimes I'll grab shrimp, but you know, as for lobster and crab and stuff like that, I never did like it. I don't know why. I know people love it. You know, people wait for that. In Canada, we've got a couple of restaurants. Red Lobster's still there for now. I'm not sure about their status. We got another one called Mandarin, which is, for argument's sake, you would say Chinese food, but it's a buffet. It's just monstrous and incredible, and I don't know anybody that doesn't love it over there. But they bring out like crab legs a couple times a year. People like my dad like wait for that, and then they go and really like chow down. But not for me, so there's more for everybody else. The Perrin Family USA, and that is Nancy Perrin Ministries in the chat as well. Let's look now at Tampa's Creek Homestead and more.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Yeah, it's good to have you in the house, Facing Reality. Like I said, she's been with us from the beginning. She's probably been with us longer than 4.5 years. Tuber Chat's almost 5 years old. Next Saturday is 5-year anniversary. It's actually like, you could call it the end of April, right? But the beginning of May, anywhere around there. But she's been here from the very beginning and still makes occasional appearances. And then, yeah, cruising on the high seas and travel. That'll be an interesting story to hear. It's unfortunate. Hopefully everybody's okay. And then, oh, an allergy. I forget about that. I forget about the fact that a lot of people are allergic to seafood or shellfish. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. Thank you again for another gifted membership. They've done this I don't know how many times already, countless times. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know I said it a couple times already, but we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. You'll notice, let me go back and have a look and see if I'm going to be right when I say that their link was dropped right after. Yes, as long as the robots are working, the links drop. And like I said, they've done that many times before, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. When we look at Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, we see a grandmother and granddaughter duo, and they'll do just about anything. A lot of like outdoor adventures. They take us not just far places, but sometimes even around home. They bring us into their home, as a matter of fact. They got a lot going on the channel. Actually, when I think about it, when we get to the live streams, you'll see what I mean. They're still posting a lot of shorts, I think frequently, because when they started coming into the Tuber Chat family, and it's got to be long over 6 months by now, but when they first came in, this was the most popular shorts video, and since then, they've got 2 more that have outdone it. One of them's more than doubled it, which is great to see. It's always fun to hit another milestone. I know nobody needs me to tell you this, it goes without saying, but it really is exciting, even for me, for everybody. When we get any video that tops the video before it, it's a fantastic feeling, and we all have like tons of that to look forward to, but shorts are a great way to make that continue to happen. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is officially on the road to 1,000. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since they've passed 900, they're officially on the road to 1,000. We know that's an important and exciting milestone for everybody's YouTube journey. Tons of live streams, all set in advance here. They're live just about every day. They're going to go live tonight. Right after Tuber Chat, we're going to do a 1-hour live stream. Just Jason Keto's coming on at 7:30. We're doing our music stream at 8. I think Michael's Adventures is dropping his premiere at 9, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go and double check. And then we know at the same time that Tampa's Creek Homestead and More will be live. Sometimes they got guests on with them. I think I caught them with a guest yesterday, right? Yes. I've caught them a few times, luckily. So we always have notification bells on for every channel, as well as setting those notifications for premieres and live streams. And we know that they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So thank you again for that gifted membership. Like I said, they've done that many times before. This time I will remember to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. We'll go for another break for a few minutes here, and right before we do, I'll play another clip from that interview series. The next creators that we're going to see right now are Danielle and James. They moved from Ireland to Australia, and a part of their interview is not just talking about the YouTube journey, but how they see the changes between different parts of the world. I found it really interesting, but they're longtime friends as well. And of course, they've long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're the master of this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. but don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're just about back. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. We're going to look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead right now. I got day one walks onto the wheel. I added driving daily. Actually, he's been on there many times before. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody, like I said, in the chat. Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. We're on 3 days a week. We mix up the days and times, but I always post the streams in advance on the front page, and I try not to move them so everybody can plan if they need to. I did see Michael's Adventures change the time, so he'll be on after. I saw PK Adventure Travels just dropped a video as well in the background. Came up suggested for me, if you can imagine. So when we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, we see homesteading tips, recipes, how-to videos, do-it-yourself, and actually a little bit more as well. When we dig through the content here, one of the things that you might discover just from the thumbnails alone is the idea that they do a lot of planning before considering their videos before even filming them, and then they do a thorough job as well. This is another channel I've enjoyed their content. It's Kristen for the most part. Mike is there to help once in a while. He does a video on his own. They're often together. He's always there for the taste test for the latest videos where they're doing a lot of recipes. Kristen is making some Depression era recipes, so we think about the idea of saving money. They've only got a few ingredients, very simple, and they both insist that these recipes come out even better than they expected before they started, which is great. I just watched this video yesterday with the bees, and I had to comment on it, say good for you being able to do that. I couldn't do it. When bees come around, I squeal like a girl. I start running around, flapping my arms and everything else, even at my age. I don't like them. Apparently they don't like me. I've been stung a few times, mostly by hornets, but it's never a pleasant experience. And so I'm just terrified, but great that they're able to do that. They show us the process. I didn't actually realize that they had so many bees before. For whatever reason, I must not have seen that specifically. When we look at Belle's Whisper Farmstead, we see they're working on 3,400 subscribers, and they are dropping shorts here that have gotten into 2,700, 3,600 views. All of their content runs in line with each other. So a purely homesteading channel, not a lot of outside variety here, but once in a while, Kristen will take us down by the river or for a fireside chat for a live stream. So we'll see if she's going to bring those back. It's been a while. Hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Belle's Whisper Farmstead's been with us for I don't know how long now. It's got to be well beyond 2 years if I'm not mistaken. And they're here regularly as well. Matt and Mouse, forgive me, I must not have said hello to you earlier in the stream. I know you've been here the whole time. But forgive me, I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. Sometimes I'm sure because we do the same thing so often. My excuse is that I probably skip over a couple of names. I don't mean to do that. That's why I say I don't mean to miss anybody so much as well. And then Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And when we look at Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations, they're just saying in the chat they've got tons of bees that hang around. They're aquaponics. Oh, for mint? They go after mint? I didn't know that. I may not have known that. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that many times before. For that reason, we're going to look at their channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. We're moving faster than we usually do. I've been able to calm it down with the story time today. So Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations is up on the screen. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're just fairly new to Tuber Chat, so I'm just going to grab the latest video here. They're posting frequently, my dear goodness. They're posting a few times. I just watched this video yesterday, and that's only from a few days ago. This one was interesting. So somebody like myself, I often say all you have to do is look at a quilt. You don't have to take part in making one to understand how much work goes into them. But here, she was going through a lot of the different squares, showing us examples of how they go together. Something not quite like what I see in the next one here, but you see all the different supplies she's got, talking about the squares, the diamonds, the chevrons, and everything else, and how you can make patterns. The colors don't necessarily have to match, but when the shapes do, then it makes it even more, I would say, colorful, vibrant, and interesting. I'm just going to grab the latest video. So this is a cooking video, so that'll be different. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to stay caught up or get caught up or get another piece of content watched. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 500 and one over 800 views, which is great to see. Lots of furry friends there in the shorts videos, and then a few live streams. So she's been testing a few of these, but it seems that you got everything under control there. A few guests on a panel, which is great, and I'll look forward to those. 119 subscribers right now. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 200. We know she must be thinking about. And then When we get to Greenland Quilter Katie, we're going to see what she's got going on.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Music Fest fam, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then... Oh, Butler Family Farm. Are you serious? You got thunder and lightning over there? He's in Missouri. But we over here in Niagara Falls, Canada, are looking at summer weather today. I was shocked. I got up today and I couldn't understand, why do I feel so uncomfortably comfortable today? And I realized it's 24 degrees Celsius out there. So if we want to do the math again, it's almost 50, 82. It's probably 80 degrees. Is that right? Does that even sound normal? It doesn't for April. It's very upsetting. I shouldn't whine and complain. I know most people are going to be looking forward to the summer, but I like things a little bit cooler than everybody else. Butler Family Farm, I'm going to get onto the wheel. That's everybody's BFF. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you again. They dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. And then, 21 in BC. I didn't realize, Matt and Mouse, I must have forgotten that you're also Canadian, but thank you for reminding me. I try to remember these things, but I learn more over time, of course. Greenland Quilter Katie's working on 4,200 subscribers. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They got a lot going on. They spend a bit of time giving us a beautiful different looks around Greenland. On the water here, we see a lot of icebergs and glaciers and mountain views and things like that. They get into more views around Greenland in their shorts videos as well. We'll look at those in a moment. When they first came into the Tuber Chat family, these are the first videos that I saw, but then they let me know these latest ones, these are not necessarily just cut from streams. These are actually a podcast that they've got going on. Over Christmas, they did a few different types of videos over the Christmas series, almost like what I would call Vlogmas idea. Then, when we look at the shorts, like I said, more looks around Greenland, which is interesting to see. Some winter weather there has done really well. 3,100 views. I wonder if that one's still getting views. I'll have to try to remember how many views that one had. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, if I didn't say so already. And live streams. So they've got one coming up in a couple of days. Looks like that'll be Saturday. So we'll be looking forward to that. They're going to be sewing with some friends. They'll have a panel on it, looks like, or alternate. And they seem to be live fairly frequently, almost daily, every other day or so. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. They've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since coming into the Tuber Chat family. Spring is there in South Greenland. You can't be too far behind us, I guess. We're not too far away. And then I will spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And let's do a poll that has nothing to do with YouTube while we get ready to look at Driving Daily's latest video I watched. I think it's the latest one. I just watched it yesterday. This creator was given quite a bit of, what dare I say opinion? But it's interesting when you spend the time to watch videos from some creators, if you can really sit there. I know a lot of us run a lot more videos than we watch, but when you have an opportunity to watch these, be able to listen to what people are saying and this and that, you can get a lot of information. This creator's passion really comes out when they start talking, especially about vehicles. But this is all about China producing electric vehicles, what might happen when they come over here, because he's telling us the quality of the stuff is a lot better than we might have expected, and might shake up our auto industries quite a bit. This creator has a collection of cars. They do a lot of their own repairs. When they first came into the Tuberchat family, I'm guessing it's a year now, so forgive me, I think it's actually longer if I think in my mind, forgive me if I'm wrong. But this creator was very well known because a lot of the drifting videos on the channel are something that kind of caught everybody's eye. They've got quite a few shorts over here that have done really, really well. 11,000, 18,000, 35,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've started to do a lot more of these as well. We'll see if they're going to continue them. I just watched this as well, where they had snow in North Carolina, which I'm assuming is not very common, right? But interesting to see. And then they were driving around a mall. It's funny because they were saying like they used to like hang around malls. It's all I did when I was a teenager. As soon as they were building a brand new mall close to my place for our Canadian friends, the Woodbine Center, that was built, I believe, in my lifetime. And when I started going there in my young teenage years, all I did is like the first thing we want to do every weekend is go to the mall, until I got a little bit older and started going downtown and things like that. But do I ever still to this day love shopping malls and things like that? I could walk around a mall and not shop. I like window shopping just as much as anybody. Driving daily, working on 1,500 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Duchess of Darkness is in the house. Good to see you here. And then I also see Jesse Journals and Unboxes has come in. Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom. Good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. We're still going to be here for another hour and a half, so we got quite a bit of time. I know not everybody can stay that long or be here every time we stream, but I do appreciate every moment. Of course, Rockin' Keto Amy is walking on the treadmill. So thank you for having us running. Hilda DC, my dear friend, is in the house. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. I'll get her onto the wheel right away. Obsessed with horror. Good to have you in the house as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And did I spin the wheel, or do we need to spin the wheel? We'll spin it right now. And we'll see who's coming up. And Create and Relate is still in the house. Yeah, we looked at that channel earlier, but Create and Relate is still here. And then please let me know if you do have another day that you're going to go live. I'm literally going to set an alarm and get Siri on the case right now if you've got a date and time planned. And Hilda DC, we're going to look at in a second.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
3B's Forge, good to see you here. For anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description, so you can make the most out of your time here and meet as many friends as you would like. And then I like people watching as much as everybody else. Canadian Family Life says they used to go to the mall with the family. I don't think my parents could have stood that. I mean, they'd take me shopping and stuff when I was a young lad as much as they'd have to. But the second I could break away, they stopped doing that right away. They wouldn't be able to stand it. My attention span, my whole life. No, I got to be running around looking at everything, doing whatever I want constantly. And yeah, they were pretty forgiving about that kind of thing. And then let's have a look at how our poll is doing. Maybe I'll close that off and we'll see what everybody's had to say about their favorite season. You know, I probably, as much as anybody else, would have said that I liked summer as much as anything, but in the last many years, I've come to enjoy autumn a lot more. And it's, wow, that's interesting. It's actually the leading season for the 35 votes that we got on that poll today. I like to do polls once in a while that have nothing to do with YouTube for no reason. Life with Tanisha RN, good to see you in the house. That's our featured channel for today. We looked at her channel first. And then, yeah, that's really, really interesting because I like things a little bit cooler than everybody else, but I've really come to appreciate the autumn. I don't know if that's Kristen's influence here or what the story is. Hilda DC is up on the screen right now, and this is another beloved and dedicated moderator. She's been with us from the beginning as well, as long as Michael's Adventures and Corinne's Life and things like that. And Scratch and Pete PA had come in around the same time. I can't remember. I think Michael's Adventures came in. I think Scratch and Pete PA came in just a few episodes later, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I honestly, I feel bad not remembering every single one. But the other thing, too, is like when we look back at the beginnings of Tuber Chat, I don't always feature channels. So sometimes I go a few months, I don't feature them on the thumbnails, but sometimes I do. And you'll see that if you go back through all 800 episodes, right? But in the very beginning, starting with episode 1, we were featuring channels on the thumbnails, right? So you'd be able to go back and look and see like, okay, Michael's Adventures was featured for the first time. I think he said episode 27. And I forget for the life of me the first time Scratch and PPA would have been featured as well. But that shows you how long ago these creators had impact on this community so much that they, you know, were kind of shining through, let's just say. I still to this day call Scratch and PPA a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. Oh yeah, yeah. Kristen's on round 2 making those pretzels, which is great. Yeah, she makes incredible things. Everything she does. I know Jason likes hearing me talk about the awful. It'd be nice if we could make a nice salad, which she does a great job with that too. But like she makes the best cheesecake I've ever had, New York style cheesecake. Let's just say. I can't think of all the different things. She does a really good job. Like she really, when she wants to put something together, especially if we don't entertain a lot. Like ever since COVID, I don't know, that stuff kind of to wind down. When we used to do like bigger Thanksgivings and things like that, when everybody could be around. Boy, did she ever put on a show. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Hilda DC is going to bring us a lot of cooking videos as well, as a matter of fact. And Hilda DC does a lot of taste test challenges as well. This is something that she did the other day, these popcorners. It's a snack, but I ended up getting those and trying those things as well. And she took us to one of her favorite, home style spots. You know how people will always say, oh, the best fish and chips place is like close to my house? It's like, yeah, but everybody's favorite fish and chips place is close to their house. Mine too, right? And nobody does it quite the same. There's a lot of great places out there, but I know everybody in every neighborhood is going to have some of their favorite staple things that nobody's ever heard of before because they're local. And so that's cool to see, especially around New York, right? But Hilda DC's been with us from the beginning. Like I said, she's known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met because she has positive affirmations that flow through all of her content, both from the creator herself as well as special effects on the screen. She gets Nightbot in on it as well. And she's a strong-willed creator who absolutely stands behind and beside her community and her audience. And she's the kind of creator who, very much like Jesse Journals and Unboxes, who we see here today, the Stock Explorer, who's with us just about every day as a moderator as well. These creators are so supportive to other people that they can go live whenever they want or drop a premiere whenever they want, and there will be a flood in the chat. There's no question as to whether there's going to be 5 people or 10 people or any number of people. They're going to get tons of support because of what they do for others. And then Hilda DC has been a moderator for as long as we've been here. I am Betty J. Gathers. Graciously had me come on to her channel for an interview during a series she was doing around Christmas. She did a bunch of different interviews, 12 of them. And we talked at length about our YouTube journey, our friendship, myself, me and Betty together. And I got into talking about moderators and some of the stories about some of the moderators here, how they became moderators. And I specifically told the whole story from beginning to end about Hilda DC because I like telling the story. And so a lot of the time, the things that I'm saying are not just for conversation purpose. It's because I want everybody to understand what might happen for you in your YouTube journey. You're going to meet people that you don't know yet today that are going to be unbelievably supportive. Dear friends they're going to become to you. And I love seeing that. I'm happy that it happens to me and to everybody. But you know what I mean. Ocean Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. and I'll get them onto the wheel right away. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then, oh yeah, I've been going on about food all day because Kristen Welton, that was in the chat earlier, her and I live together. We've been together for over 9 years now, but we've been living in Niagara Falls for almost that long. And she made pretzels today, so the house smells like pretzels. And she made them the other day, and these ones even came out better than the ones she did the first time. But I showed everybody on the screen for a second. It's gone now, so I can't show you now. But at the beginning of the stream, it was there. Pardon me, Hilda DC has got a lot of shorts videos as well. These feature more variety, lots of cooking videos. Some of these have done well. 6,200, 47,000 she's got on one of these. And then live streams on the channel as well. And Hilda DC goes live occasionally, so it was a surprise. She went on the other day, and we'd always like to see more, but I've joined her many times. I believe on her channel, but other channels as well. And Hilda DC, like I said, is an incredibly strong-willed and encouraging creator, so I hope everybody will connect with her. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll see the Ocean Travels coming in. Look at that.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
You know, for all the things that people must think about Pete that makes him special in the Tuber Chat family and like in the YouTube universe and everything else, I don't know how he can stand to listen to me, like, you know, repeat the same things over and over and over again. But just for the sake of saying, because he said it, yeah, Kristen should open a pretzel shop on Clifton Hill, because we live literally in Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada. It's a beautiful city. It's a tourist destination, and it's packed in the summer with lots of tourists and this and that. But I often go on my other channel for outdoor live streams and walk through this place that people call like a mini Vegas. There's snacks and desserts and restaurants and gift shops and rides and all kinds of stuff, all within a couple of blocks. And I walk down this one hill and I look at real estate listings once in a while, but it's really just window shopping when I'm, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say wasting time, but you know what I mean online. And I was looking the other day, and Pete had to listen to me say this the other day too, but you know, for anybody that does follow real estate listings, now we're in Canada, so keep in mind our dollar's only worth about 70 cents of the US or something like that right now. So things seem more expensive to us. But it is $50 a square foot. And you even that out over a year plus taxes, plus insurance, plus every other thing. But $50 a square foot to open a store in that tourist area. Now you know you're going to make a fortune. But I don't know how anybody makes enough money to make that profitable after the landlord's taken it all. So I have another channel under my name. Thank you for asking, Rockin' Keto Amy. The link comes up for it once in a while, but it's just my name, Kevin, Kaye. And then I just do random things over there, product reviews. I'm always behind. I don't post consistently over there or anything because this channel is #1 for me. And then we have a copyright-free music channel as well. I put a bit of focus on that. And in the past, I've run many channels for other people as well. But I've always got other things going on the computer and this and that, so I use that as my excuse. But I do go out and do some outdoor live streams as well. So, you know, I try to use different platforms. Use the YouTube system, try StreamYard, try Streamlabs, Prism, like, you know, every single thing. So I can get an idea of how all these things work. And then, oh, thank you. Yeah, cruising on the high season travel. I'll leave you on there. Thank you for mentioning that, Rob. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'll try to step on it now. We still got an hour and a half. We got lots and lots of time. Pardon me, Ocean Travel just came in like 5 minutes ago and they got right onto the wheel, which is interesting to see. They have been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here for as long as I can remember. They've been here at least a couple of years. They're working on 2,300 subscribers, and of course, they're going to bring us a lot of travel-based content. I'm always happy to see this. I was lucky enough to work on a cruise ship once, like 100 years ago, and it was a life-changing experience, I promise you that. And so forever after, I recommend anybody get onto a cruise if you can at some point in your life, even if it has to only be once, but you know what I mean. But I'm happy to see all this content because these creators were not able to bring us travel and cruising content for a few years, if you remember, around 2019, 20, 21, you know what I mean. But now we've got this vibrant community of travel and cruising channels, let's just say. And here we go. They're going to give us true and honest information about their vacations, and then they are travel agents as well, so they can help you book. When we look at their channel, they've got a lot of information on their About section. They post videos fairly frequently, especially when they're actually traveling, but they've got shorts over here as well. A little bit of variety, but mostly cruising and travel content. 4,000, 5,000 views on a couple of these. They took the Alaskan cruise as well. We got some friends going to do that this summer. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they were live yesterday. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. It's been a little while, a few weeks at least. But hopefully I'll catch you for another one if they're going to do them again. They seem to be on about once a week, so we'll look forward to that. And that's Ocean to Ocean Travel. And then BDBGP, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. It's another longtime friend. How to leave the chat going for a few minutes after a live stream has finished. So pardon me. So if anybody has a better idea, by all means, just mention it. Thank you, Driving Daily. When you finish your live stream, you could, I don't recommend it, but you could just leave the screen, you know, for any amount of time afterwards. But I don't necessarily recommend that, right? Because if new people come in and catch things that are not content, then, you know, they're not going to turn into a subscriber very likely or anything like that. It's just opinion, you know what I mean? Sometimes a chat will just go for a couple minutes if you don't set a redirect, if you're not raiding into something else. If you're raiding, like so many times, I put even my own personal live streams on, and by the time I go back into the chat after to thank everybody for being there, it's gone already because I either clicked a button or hit a page or something like that. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but there's no like switch we can use to try to make that happen. Okay, let's go for a break again. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. I'll spin the wheel right now. We'll see what channel we're going to look at. In the meantime, we're going to have a look actually at a travel and cruising channel. Edna's World joined me for one of our interview episodes, and I call them interviews, but they're really just friendly conversations, of course. But I tried to ask these creators their opinion without adding a lot of my own, because like I keep saying, we get to hear from me every day, right? I wanted to hear what they have to say. They have all been through and are still going through all the same things we are. The only difference is that they have already passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, yes. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it, or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing, and that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight, and it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know?
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at I Am Betty J Gathers. I talked about her channel for a quick second earlier because I was mentioning the idea that she did some interviews a while back. We'll look at those in a few minutes. I'll talk about it when we get over there. Pardon me. I don't know what it is today. My allergies are just on me. My eye is watering. I can't get it to stop. And I've used that Visine stuff, or whatever it's called. Visine doesn't work for me. It's the other one. But my dear goodness, allergy pills and everything else. The weather just, it jumped 10 degrees today. And I whine and complain about it, because it literally, like, everything affects me. I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now. This creator has new content coming, but in her latest videos a while back, she was dropping a lot of vlogs, bringing us into her home, taking us out on the road, bringing us about her day. She's basically bringing content that talks about living her best life over 60, although I find that all of her content can relate to just about everybody. She's always smiling, always laughing, a truly dynamic creator. She often talks about healthy eating, healthy living. Intermittent fasting is a subject she comes up with frequently. When we look at shorts on her channel, she had done 365 shorts in the last year, if you can imagine that. She continues today doing shorts. I think they're a little more occasional, but Betty, please correct me if I'm wrong. And some of the newest ones have taken over here. She's got a lot featuring herself that have gotten into 8, 9, and 10,000 views, which is great to see. Then a few newer ones, 13,000, 15,000 on these. She's monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's working on 2,900 subscribers. Betty is another creator who's been with us from the very beginning. I Am Betty J Gathers has been with us for 4.5 years, almost 5 years. And again, next Saturday's the 5-year anniversary. And then 6 to 7 times a week. So she's still dropping shorts almost daily. My dear goodness, I can't get one done, and she gets 365 done. Wheat's Art was on earlier today. I caught them doing some art. They stream frequently. I don't know if it's daily though. When we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, these are the interviews that I was talking about. So she did a series of 12. Crystal Sparkle inspired her to do that over the Christmas series, basically like the 12 days of interviews. And she invited me on for one of those. That's where I was talking about the idea that we had a conversation, first of all, about our friendship, our YouTube journey. We talked for what I think is an hour and a half there, yeah. And we got into talking about moderators. And I Am Betty J Gathers is actually the newest addition to the Tuber Chat moderator squad. Not that I probably take too many things in life too seriously, but I think everybody knows that I take that kind of thing so seriously. The biggest reason why I don't have more moderators on Tuber Chat is it's just not necessary. We have people who've been with me since almost even before we started this channel. Actually, we do have a couple that have been with me since before we even started. And a core group of at least 10 moderators that are here regularly, but they're all experienced. They've all been here for years. They all, and I don't want everybody to have to feel like they have to do moderating all day. I know what it's like. Sometimes you go on channels, you drop in links, and you got to remind everybody for the thumbs up and things like that. And they help. They always do. We got a lot of friends that always help with that kind of thing. So I really want to put the focus on everybody enjoying the stream, including our moderators, but that's the only reason we don't add so many more. And then, yeah, that's good. I Am Betty J Gathers is keeping the channel active until she brings out her new content. And then, forgive me for anything I'm missing in the chat there. Thank you, Rushing One Mountain. And then, when we look at I Am Betty J Gathers, like I said, a lot of these interviews, but like I said, a truly dynamic creator, always laughing, always smiling. She's had tons of live streams. The conversation can go anywhere once she starts, but she's brought up all kinds of people, and I don't even know how many times I've probably been on her channel, plus many of our friends. You'll see familiar faces over there all the time. She's another creator who can go live probably anytime she wants. She'll get a flood of support in the chat. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J Gathers. And I noticed that Izzy Pop is coming and dropping a super chat there. They've actually been here, for a few minutes already, or longer than that. But thank you for dropping that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And for that reason, we're going to look at their channel next. I know that Hobbytown Chili and Koi came into the chat as well. And I've got them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I think I'm Yeah, soon I will add another name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Where is our beloved Izzy Pop? I saw one of their shorts there in the thumbnails. There they are right there. And when we look at Izzy Pop, if you want, I'll give everybody the handle here in case you want to catch that. We got to make sure we get the right creator. Izzy Pop, it's been a while, but they've changed up their banner and their avatar many times. This shorts video, this thumbnail is spectacular. They are telling us on their about section about the different digital art tools and things they're going to talk about. Let's talk about their content in a second here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Thank you, Pete. I knew I was going to do that too. I knew it. We're looking at Izzy Pop right now. And this creator is going to talk to us, like I said, about those digital art tools. They typically bring shorter videos here that feature animations and interesting music. And when we're connecting, we want to think about the idea. We're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer, but they got plenty here. The most important thing is to make sure the videos we are connecting with, we're watching from beginning to end and leaving a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. And I recommend 3 or 4 sentences so that your comment really stands out, and then they can just literally go in the back of the studio, click your name, and get right back to your channel. Izzy Pop posts frequently. I've got their latest video, Super Kitten here. I've put that into my catch-up list. Their Spider Cat was the other one. And then this creator as well, they've always been known for these elaborate thumbnails, banners, avatars. You look at some of these are just spectacular. I can't get over this one. And then I went back and watched this one as well. It was their birthday a few weeks ago, and Scully Pop, who's a good friend of theirs over there all the time, sang them happy birthday. If you haven't heard Scully Pop's voice yet, he's the author that reads to you, and he's got his own channel, of course, but if you go over there and see what he did, that was a really nice idea. Then live streams on the channel as well, and they are live frequently, usually every few days. I've been with them many times in their live streams. Conversation can literally go anywhere. They've got music playing, the conversation jumps around. They got StreamYard panelists coming on with them and everything else. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop, and they're working on 1,800 subscribers, and of course they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they dropped a super chat here, so we put their channel up right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get back to spinning the wheel like this here.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So tags absolutely 100% do help. There's a process to it, but even just putting tags into your videos is help enough. The idea is what we're supposed to do is plan our videos. So you think about the video you want to make. You think about what you might title it, even though you could change that, and you probably should over time. Just Jason Keto and more does a lot of that experimenting, even after the video's been published, right? You think about the keywords that can be used in your description, in your tags, and you can use hashtags even though they're becoming less relevant these days. And the idea is to try to get as many of the keywords or tags as you're going to use into the description and into the title appropriately as possible. That combination of different things, plus what you actually say in the videos. YouTube is transcribing everything that we do. So when you use those keywords and sentences and natural language in your videos, that counts towards everything as well. So it really does help. And I've got a whole speech. I've done it many times in ChatGPT. I could do that if everybody wants me to again. But I'll show you a quick trick. Izzy Pop, I didn't know that you were editing Scully Pop's videos. If you told me that before, forgive me because I just forgot. But that's an interesting thing. I'm always happy to see creators helping each other in whatever arrangement is out there. So there's this website called Rapid Tags. Now, I use TubeBuddy. That's my #1 tool. Lately, I've been using a lot of ChatGPT or Grok or Copilot or whichever ones. I try them all. I use ChatGPT every day. But this is a website that will allow you to fire off tags in 2 seconds here. So let's just say we were doing a video about a pumpkin pie for no reason at all, right? So we just type in pumpkin pie and it fires off enough videos. You just copy this right into the part in your video where the tags go. It's really that simple, right? What YouTube does not want is something they used to do like 10, 20 years ago called keyword stuffing on web pages. You don't want to do that and overuse the tags and overuse the keywords because they know what you're doing. And the algorithm is smarter than we think it is, even when I say that it's smarter than we think it is. But that's how tags can really help. So the best idea, like I said, is with some planning. But I know sometimes we're just rushing to get content out. If that's the case, whatever you have to do to get as much into your metadata, as we call it, is helpful. A lot of people may not know that you have channel tags as well. If you go into your YouTube studio, at least on a computer, you go into the channel settings in the bottom left, you're going to find a place where you can add tags for your channel. So if you're like Butler Family Farm and your channel's all about homesteading and farming and woodworking and livestock and bees and other things, you got lots of tags that you can put in there that doubles up on what all of the content is going to have, your live streams, your shorts, and your videos for tags. Now you got channel tags to reinforce everything, if that makes sense. Ashley Dale Kelly, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I knew if I saw you in here, I was going to forget whose channel you came over from. And I know you left a comment, and I can't remember if you referenced the channel when you did. I was in somebody's live stream, and they recommended that Ashley Dale Kelly and a few other people come over. But we connected. I've already connected to you. But thank you for coming in. Hopefully you'll meet some friends here. And we've got our instructions in our video description for anybody that's brand new to get an idea of how to make the most of your time here. So hopefully that makes sense. What I say about tags, though, that they absolutely do help. Was that Hobbytown Chili and Koi that said that? And then just let me know if you need me to elaborate. If anybody wants me to get into the ChatGPT method of how I do things, I can show you that too. It's very quick. I've done it many times now. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead is in the house. Good to see you here. And then Rockin' Keto Amy. So yeah, I believe that you should, because keto or keto, ketogenic diet, the way that you would probably spell that or anything, is probably a good idea, because you're doing that, so it does make sense, and you've got 500 characters worth to use. So absolutely, yes, I would. If it was something, I don't know, even more popular, like a sporting franchise, like a basketball or hockey team or something like that, you may not have to say Toronto every time you say Maple Leafs, because it's a trade-off. The more popular the category is, you're going to get lost in the shuffle. So it helps to have that reinforcement, because 99% of creators are probably not doing it. Not everybody understands the things we're doing here. There's 50 million channels, much more, on YouTube right now. And rarely do people go through the whole, what we're doing here and what people like Think Media will talk about, or video creators, or Roberto Blake, or Sonny Lenarduzzi, or, the list of the top 10 and this and that. They just put videos, and they don't even know there's such things as tags. Not because they don't know, because it's just because they haven't come across it. just make a video and put it out. And that's what a lot of people do, right? Never mind all the channels. We're working on our channels really hard, but there are a lot of people who just put up a video and it just sits there. Lots of people, even here in the Tuber Chat family, have been inspired because they started making videos just so that they could see their grandchildren or give their grandchildren a chance to see them or their other family. Lots of us have family in other places. I got family in Atlanta and things like that. I can't see them, so it's nice that they get to have a look at what we're doing over here, let's just say. And Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is dropping another gifted membership. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then it looks like our Georgia Suburban Homestead is doing the same thing as well. So thank you both for those gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead next, because we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom, you don't have to do anything. Your membership's activated, and you get the benefit of membership for a month now. And I've got you on the wheel right away, because that's what we do here. And then, pardon me, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I said it a few times, I might have missed it. If anybody wants me to do the ChatGPT thing, just let me know. We'll get through a few more channels and then I'll do it. And if not, then that's fine, because I've done it many times before. And then, you're doing a premiere next Thursday. Let me put a note here for a second. All right, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. I got Siri on the case over there. And then Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. So I'm going to try to move it through channels now. We still got an hour, lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Butler Family Farm brings us 116 acres of farming. Oh, no, I was muted just for a second because I was doing Siri there. I don't want to set everybody's phones off. Butler Family Farm brings us 116 acres of farmland here. So homesteading content for the most part, but obviously on a more grand scale, let's just say 116 acres is a lot to look after. They got a lot of equipment, a lot of structures, a lot of repairs, and a lot more to do. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop. Jerry and Susan share the camera work on the channel. And they got a lot of livestock to look after as well. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and soon, if not now, koi. And we'll see how that comes along. And Butler Family Farm is working on 70,000 right now. Jerry let us know a while back that he's really pushing the channel hard with the YouTube promotion system. So he's willing to share that information with anybody that wants it when you get over there. I'm going to grab his latest video and put that into my catch-up list. That'll just give me an opportunity to keep caught up. They're cleaning an area for some more bees, it looks like. And then there's Susan right there. Sometimes they do product reviews. These creators introduce us to a lot of other creators in between all the things they do on their own farm. They head out for a lot of meetups and things like that. And my dear goodness, have they ever got all kinds of stuff going on. Jerry does incredible woodwork. Susan sometimes is in the kitchen. They have got, like I said, all of the livestock and different things they look after. They make their own tools on the farm for things that they have to do when they have to sometimes. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, one at 52,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Jerry and Susan are live every Monday as a minimum. I can't believe I missed you on Monday too. How many people do I miss every week? They're on, sometimes it's Jerry and Susan together, just giving us a chance to hang out and get to know them. Sometimes they got StreamYard panels so they can introduce us to more friends. Sometimes they head out to different meetups. Jerry went out to this one here with a handful of different friends. Beltloop was there, Peaceful Des was there, a few other creators. And they head out for some of these. They can be up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. And then sometimes they're on the road as well. They take us for a lot of road trips. So they always have something going on. Butler Family Farm is monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they post frequently as well, usually a couple times a week. Yeah, Spread Shop, if anybody does that specifically, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is asking about it. There's a lot of really like just fill in the blank kind of thing to get a lot of those platforms working. Just takes a bit of time to sit there and go through the whole put your email, put your thing, and sometimes they need your identity and every other thing. And then Rebecca LaPrince, Rebecca LaPrince, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. They're a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And Matt and Mouse dropped a super chat. Thank you for that extra generous support. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to put your channel up on the screen right after our Georgia Suburban Homestead. She's got 2 channels, actually, but we'll look at both of these.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Apparently I'm not copying and pasting very well. Rock Chick Beauty from the UK, good to see you here. The Source is in the house. We know you sent over a friend today. And then now the chat's moving too, eh? So thank you everybody for being here. And then when we look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we see a creator that wants to talk to us about the idea of homesteading, but they actually want to encourage us to grow our own food even in a residential neighborhood. And they talk about this on their About section here. Oh, it's a form of civil disobedience. I have always liked that as an idea. And basically the idea then is also, it doesn't matter how much space we have. You know, some of us live in apartments, some of us live in smaller houses and things like that, but we can still engage in homesteading ideas and grow some of the things that we need, right? Any level of self-sufficiency is better than any other, let's just say. When we look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, they got a brand new video. I've put that into my catch-up list. You get an idea from the thumbnails here. It's all homesteading content, sometimes in the home, mostly outdoors. When we get into shorts videos, these are mostly outdoors as well, but a couple of these have done really well. These have gotten into now 5,300, 5,800, and one over 10,000, which is great to see. M&T Living It, M&T Living It is still here. And then yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody again. Live streams over here, our Georgia Suburban Homestead. Lots of guests lately, which is great to see. Lots of StreamYard panels there. There's Brampton Gardner. We met up with her, Jason and I, with Scott and a couple other people. Kristen was with us last time. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead is working on 1,400 subscribers. Now, she's got a second channel called I Died NDE. And this stands for Near-Death Experiences. And let me see if I can catch the channel. There it is. I'm just gonna drop the link for this one. So everybody can get to that easily. Now this channel's still working on its first 100 subscribers. But this particular channel comes to us from the same creator, as you can see from our Georgia Suburban Homestead. The idea here is that she's not just talking about her own experiences, but looking for other people to share their experiences on this channel as well. So anybody can reach out at all. You know, that idea behind near-death experience, of course. She's got one short over here talking about a glitch. I can't help but laugh every time. And then live streams on the channel as well. She's done a few of these, but I'm sure she'll pick up some more when she's got a couple of guests or another story to tell. So hopefully everybody will connect to both of them, our Georgia Suburban Homestead and I Died NDE. And they gifted a membership, so we wanted to put their channel up right away. We always do that for membership gifters and super chatters. So Matt and Mouse is coming up now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Once I see the banner on the screen another couple of times, I'll likely remember. Maybe after today, Matt and Mouse are fellow Canadians in BC, if I'm right. And then when we have a look at their About section, they've got quite a bit of information here. by the lake eventually, one day we hope. Yes, I feel the same way. Matt and Mouse is working on 1,900 subscribers now, which is great to see. I'm new to their content. Matt and Mouse have actually been friends of ours for a while, and I know they've been in the homesteading community, I believe, for quite some time, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to grab another video here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of your content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the content over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching videos. I get to know the channel, if that makes any sense. I meant to say I get to know the channel and then I get to know the content. But we see that they've also got some shorts on this channel. These have gotten into now 700, almost 800 views, one over 1,400 and one over 1,700, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they did one of these 7 months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring us another one. We got notification bells on for every single channel, so we have the best chance of catching each other if they're going to do that. Great to see you got mattandmouse.com as well. It's one thing I don't talk about enough is the idea of grabbing our domain name. .com is starting to matter a little bit less, but for today it still matters a little bit. If you're looking for a name and you can catch that, it really is the best idea. And thank you again, Matt and Mouse, for your super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and now we're getting to Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom. They picked up a gifted membership today.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So now we're looking at a brand new channel, Ash's Concerts and Video Showroom, with getting close to 300 subscribers already, which is great to see. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your second latest video here, because it's a little bit longer than the other one. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So Crafty Witch 232 is coming up right now. That's another channel that we see just about every day. I know not everybody can be here every day, but I do appreciate every moment everybody spends. We'll see what they've got going on in a minute. We'll take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we'll play another clip from our interview series. Like I said, the 5th episode is almost here. The 6th episode has yet to be edited, and then that will be released in a month or two. But all of these interviews are extremely informative, and this one will be coming soon. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit 1,000 subs,
Okay.
and then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow! Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here, and I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. you know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
yeah, so I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Yeah,
know,
absolutely, yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. All right, we are just about back with Crafty Witch 232, and this is a creator who's not quite been with us for a year yet, but they have been with us for many, many, many months. They've been here for just about every stream ever since finding us, and they bring an interesting mix of creativity. When you read their about section, they've actually got a few different interests, but I have seen mostly crochet and 3D printing. Great to know they're collaborating with other creators now. Crafty Witch 232 is on just about every day, and you see the interesting things that they make. They do a lot of this while they live stream. a mix of 3D printing and crochet together. When you look at the shorts on the channel, you see that this creator's really done well with a few of these. Lots and lots and lots of familiar pop culture references. A couple of these getting into 10,000 and even 13,000 views and beyond. And then live streams on the channel. So once in a while they do some video gameplay, Animal Crossing for instance, but otherwise they're doing a lot of making on the channel, and they're on just about every day. So we've had lots of opportunity to catch them. Hopefully everybody will connect with them, put that notification bell on like we do for all creators, and then you get an opportunity to catch them as well. I'm assuming that they'll be on again tonight. Just Jason Keto and More is going to go live in just under 10 minutes now. So he's always on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, and he'll be talking healthy eating, healthy living, a keto-based diet and lifestyle. And I'll have to catch the replay afterwards. And then we probably won't be on Thursday for another 3 weeks now. The way that it rolls, we're doing every 3 days, and I'm posting the live streams in advance. And I'll move them if I have to, but I try never to do that unless I absolutely have to move them. But the idea is we should be able to keep that schedule going for a little while. We mix up the times, but the days, every 3 days it seems. Rebecca LaPrince is another friend that's been through here a couple of times. I think this is the first time we're putting their channel on the screen. I could be mistaken. I'm almost sure though, but when we look at this channel, because it's brand new to at least myself personally, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch their video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give a thumbs up and subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make the connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week, and I see that they are doing live streams pretty frequently as well, usually at least once a week, which is great to see. And monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we go over there to say hello. And then we'll spin the wheel and we'll see that Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, another fellow Canadian, is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, up on the screen right now, is Rob. We saw him earlier. He collaborates with other creators often, and we've seen him on StreamYard panels and different people's thumbnails and this and that. What Rob is going to do is take us on a cruise when he can, or other travel, but a lot of what he's doing is around home, and like I said, he's a fellow Canadian. He's actually only a few hours away from me. But this creator will review all kinds of different popular restaurants. Now, I personally recognize most of what I see because I eat at the same restaurants. We have the same chains and franchises and things. Some of our American friends will find some new things here. But Rob is talking travel a lot of time on other people's channels as well. I grabbed his latest video, put it in my catch-up list, of course. He's got shorts on this channel that have gotten into 1,200, 1,800, and even 2,400 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So he's got plenty of these coming up. Why do I keep missing you, Rob? Why am I always missing every live stream that you do? This is another example. I caught him 3 months ago. How is it possible, we always wonder? How do I catch one creator almost daily or every other day? Then some creators I can't catch for months. That's the YouTube algorithm moving things around, right? And the recommendation engine presenting us with different people all the time. I don't look at the notifications here to go on YouTube. What I do is I go to my front page and then I see like, okay, who's live right now? Strong Minds Jewelry Lovers, Hot Damn Elaine's Crafting. I think she's on for the second time today. I'll go to my subscriptions tab and then I'll start looking around. My Flock is Everywhere, Rich New Design, Foxy's Fishes, all these longtime friends. The other thing you can do is when you click on the menu bar there and you go down to the side, Now you see a longer list of a lot of people who are live. That's not everybody. Not out of 6,000 subscribers, it's not. You know that. But at least it's a few more. But these are just ideas to give you an idea of how I look at YouTube. Because I'm almost always on a computer. If I'm on YouTube, I'm almost surely on a computer. I'm on the computer all day and night. And then let's spin the wheel. And we'll see who's coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And Dean from Hobbytown Chili and Koi is coming up right now. I just watched this video the other day, or yesterday. Hobbytown Chili and Koi is working on its first 100 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. When we look through the videos, there's just a few here, a couple of updates. I'm still learning when it comes to the idea of koi and all the things that have to be done to look after them. But they've got quite a few shorts here as well that have gotten into 500, 600, and one over 3,800 views, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're on every month or two. So every month on average. We'll see if they're going to do a new one sometime soon. But we got notification bells on for every channel. I know I say it a million times. And then Coker Culture, good to see you still in the house. They said they dropped a premiere. They're back. We know there's fresh content on their channel. Coastal Water is a longtime friend. Her and her husband, Backlash Fisherman, have been with us from the beginning. About 4.5 hours. And then, yeah, Ashley Dale Kelly. It can be fast. It goes up and down, but it's usually pretty busy. We're actually a lot calmer this week than we were for the last few weeks because I moved the times. I was doing them all at the same time for a while, and then when I changed the times, it calmed it down a little bit. But there's always brand new channels every single day, and then there's always friends of ours who've been with us from the beginning here and everywhere in between. Lots of different mix of different channels. And then Obsessed with Horror, I'm going to get onto the wheel right now, as well as Fever Dream Animation and Down the Road. And then we'll take it one by one after that. My copy and paste doesn't want to work. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is another dear friend who's been with us for years. What did I say I was doing? Obsessed with Horror. He's going to get onto the wheel, and I'll move it as fast as I can through channels. We still got half an hour, lots of time to put lots of channels on the wheel and screen. Jesse Journals and Unboxes. This is a creator who's been known to unbox just about anything that can be unboxed. Lately, she's doing a lot of crafting supplies, journaling, and collages, let's just say. She collaborates with a lot of other creators for these things as well. She got a brand new video from just a couple of days ago. I think I was there Sunday, but I didn't catch this one. I've got it in my catch-up list now, but when we dig through the thumbnails, you get an idea of all the different things that she either unboxes, or like there's haul videos here, and then she shows us a lot of the things that she makes with the things that come in the unboxing videos. If it can't be something that's made with or something that you can't make anything else with, let's just say like bath and beauty products, jewelry, things like that, she features a lot of those on her shorts videos. And you see that jewelry here, bath and beauty products throughout, snacks over here, stationery and journaling and collage supplies and things like that. Then live streams. So this is a creator, like I said, she can go live whenever she wants. She'll have a flood of support in the chat because she's so supportive to other people. Jesse Journals and Unboxings is a creator whose support has increased over the years. That's a tough trick when you're following more and more channels, let's just say. But she's working on 2,400 subscribers as well. She posts every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, a couple hours before Jason drops his premieres. And we'll look forward to another one in a few days, and we'll spin the wheel.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Down the Road is a brand new channel here in the Tuber Chat family. I am 99% sure I've got the right one here. What we want to do when we're looking for a channel with a popular name is just make sure we match the avatar. But this channel's already got almost 1,500 subscribers. So they're doing really well with the search results already, which is great. It won't take them long to get number one. Manuel's Aquarium, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. When we look at Down the Road, again, it's a brand new channel, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But I'm going to take part one of your New Brunswick, Canada video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as well. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on also, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I've got your notification on for the live stream you're going to do tomorrow as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for that. I should be around. I should be here for that. And then Jesse draws and unboxes. I forgot to take off the wheel. So we're one channel ahead here, but I'll add some more names onto the wheel as we need them.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Canadian Family Life, also from New Brunswick, is here, and this is Tiffany. Her family gets involved in the channel, both in videos, live streams, everything she does. You see them on the banner there. Her husband, Chris, has his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun. You can go and look that out for yourself. He does 3D printing and works on some solar equipment and a lot of do-it-yourself videos. Canadian Family Life is known for bringing us food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos. They have an impeccable container garden that you see in the thumbnail of a lot of videos. I'll roll over one here. You'll see what I'm maybe talking about. I'll try to get over one. Here, this is an example. I don't know how they keep a container garden so neat and clean. When we look at their channel, we see, like I said, a lot of cooking videos as well. Happy Meal videos, shout outs for other creators. I'm just going to take this latest vegan brownie. Oh, why can't I remember what DITL stands for? Let me put this into my ketchup. I've got it in my ketchup list there. Lots of recipes lately. I was talking about these. TGI Fridays had these things a million years ago. I don't know if they still have them. Called macaroni and cheese, like they're deep fried balls or whatever. When I saw that in the I couldn't believe they had it. I had to try that. That's years ago, but she did a good job of duplicating that. Tiffany cooks all sorts of different stuff. Sometimes husband and wife challenge each other on this channel for cooking as well. And then lots of shorts. These are random but fall in line with the rest of their content. I consider this a homesteading type channel because the content is so similar. When we bring shorts together, we see that they've gotten into 2,700, 2,800, 5,600 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. Now, Tiffany's usually only on about once a month, but we're probably expecting one soon. There's one she did with I Am Betty J Gathers. We saw them. We saw I Am Betty J Gathers earlier. And Tiffany is very recognizable. First of all, like I said, her family's jumping in and out of all the videos, but she was featured on dozens of other channels and StreamYard panels when she first started coming into the Tuber Chat family a couple of years ago. And it's great to collaborate with others. She had gotten to her first 3,000 subscribers in barely over a year. I believe it's because of all the support she gives to others. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Yeah, I'm starting to forget all the channels that are going to be on today. Rob's going to be on at Cruising on the High Seas and Travel in another half hour or so. Just Jason Keto and more would have just started. We're going to do a music stream for 1 hour on our copyright-free music channel right after Tuber Chat. It gives us an extra hour to connect the same way we are here. You'll meet more friends over there, but it's very different. We've got music playing. There's a video game going on the screen. It's almost like a virtual nightclub over there. So we usually hang out for about an hour, and then Michael's Adventures is going to drop our premiere right after and give us a chance to continue connecting with more friends. So we know there's lots of fresh content on lots of different channels. And then we still got a long way to go here. We still got another 25 minutes. If we take another break, we'll make it a quick one. We'll do that in another moment. Coastal Water is another creator who's been with us from the beginning. Her and her husband both have different channels, but they support each other wholeheartedly. They make similar content and they're found on each other's channels all the time. Coastal Water is working on 1,700 subscribers right now. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. I know she is willing to swap playlists with other creators. Coastal Water is aggressively working on her watch hours right now. She does a lot of cooking videos on her channel. She calls them Cooking with Coastal. Once in a while she does live streams for that as well. Sometimes she'll take us for an outdoor adventure or do an unboxing video, but she's got a lot of shorts over here as well. One of them's hit 10,000 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel also. She does these car confessions just about every day. Her husband does similar ones. Sometimes he's with her there. Panda's in the background, always there. They are together. And Coastal Water and her husband both incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters over all these years. When we look at Backlash Fisherman, we see a first responder. And this creator takes us on his travels, but he also has Fishing First on his channel. When you have a look at the videos, he'll take us fishing in all the different ways that you can. He drops shorts on the channel. A lot of those are fishing, but there's a lot more random content as well. He's gotten into 3,900, 6,200 views on a couple of these. Live streams on the channel as well. So he does a lot of car confessions also, similar to what his wife will do. But he also takes us fishing, or he'll do his series Cooking with Backlash. And then sometimes he does StreamYard panels like hobby hangouts and things like that. So there's always something going on. Pardon me, Backlash Fisherman and his wife Coastal Water, they've both been incredibly supportive here in Tuber Chat from the beginning. It's got to be over 4.5 years by now. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. I'll put some names on the wheel in another moment. So just be active in the chat, please, so I can catch you. Obsessed with Horror is going to be coming up. We'll go for a break, but we'll just make this one a quick one. 3.5 minutes. We're right back. All right, I've added quite a few names onto the wheel. Fever Dream Animation is there with the source. Dark Swordsman Gaming just dropped us a super chat, so we're going to actually look at that channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Dark Swordsman Gaming's done that countless times before. I've also got New Horizons, Above and Beyond, and Rock Chick Beauty on the wheel, and then we'll try to get through as many as we can in the next 20 minutes. It's okay if we go over time because we're just raiding into our own stream, but I hope everybody will join us on our copyright-free music channel. If you haven't already seen it, it's kind of like a virtual nightclub over there. Oops, with a party chat we call it, and there's basically like a virtual nightclub. We got music playing, there's a video game going, we can participate in the chat, and it can be a lot of fun. We'll just hang out for an hour, and what will happen is you'll have an extra opportunity to continue meeting new friends the same way we do here. All of our moderators let people do that as well. So when Michael's Adventures drops a premiere, right after that we get an extra half hour, so hours of connecting. Just Jason Keto's on right now. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel will be on soon. I forget everybody who's going to be on tonight. Lots of content today. Obsessed with Horror is brand new, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take their latest video, put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I will watch their video in full. I will leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well, so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming's coming up. This creator brings us a lot of video gameplay from a lot of popular titles in videos. They've done one short so far, lots of live streaming on this channel.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
When we look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, we see that they've done something interesting on their front page here. I'm going to grab their latest video, by the way, from Tomb Raider. And what they've done is added colored frames to their thumbnails to basically differentiate between different video games, if that makes any sense. So if somebody got to the front page and said like, oh, I like the video, I'm watching Tomb Raider, oh, they know that all of the yellow thumbnails are for Tomb Raider. But then Final Fantasy, all the red ones are for that game. They've got Dark Souls here. They've got more Final Fantasy. They've got Stardew Valley somewhere on the channel as well, I think in live streams as well. Lots of different titles. They put out content all the time, as you can see. Like, so even just a couple of weeks ago, they were dropping videos left and right here. Almost 220 subscribers. They got one short so far, and then lots of live streaming. So more Tomb Raider here. But if we dig through a lot of the thumbnails, we're going to see a lot of other popular titles as well. Far Cry, Stardew Valley's here, I know somewhere for sure. Sea of Stars is another game. Kingdom Hearts, I think that's my son's favorite game of all time. And hopefully everybody will connect with Dark Swordsman Gaming. They are from the UK, but I see them out. I just ran into them yesterday supporting another gamer. They're out supporting other people all the time, and they've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here for as long as I can remember. Dark Swordsman Gaming's been with us for years as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen for anybody that hasn't been seen on the screen yet that's still listening or watching. Just please say anything at all in the chat. I will get through channels as quickly as I can. We still got quite a bit of time, so I know I'll be able to get through a few more. Fever Dream Animation is up on the screen right now, and this creator brings us classic film.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Fever Dream Animation, like I said, brings classic film on their channel. They premiere just about every day, sometimes more than once a day. All classics, as you can see. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones that I haven't seen. I'll put it into my catch-up list right now. Almost 400 subscribers, and then they've got some information on their About section here talking about a Fever Dream to give us an idea of what we might expect on the channel. Shorts over here feature more animation, a little bit of random content here, but they've gotten into 600 views, almost 700 on one of them. Rushing When Mounted, forgive me, yes, you're still in the house. Ashley Dale Kelly, did we look at your channel earlier? I thought we looked at Ashley Dale Kelly's channel. Am I mistaken? Manuel's Aquarium is still here. We'll just see, and if I'm wrong, it's okay. We'll skip over. Fever Dream Animation, like I said, is on just about every day, but they're here with us frequently. They're here for almost every stream. I know not everybody can be. You know, we're here 3 days a week, but we mix up the days and times. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. As a matter of fact, Jaden is always in the background with us. He's been a dear friend since the beginning of Tuber Chat, and he's got a birthday coming up on Sunday, so we'll be happy to be wishing him a happy birthday when that comes up. So now let's see at Ashley Dale Kelly and see if we looked at this channel earlier. I don't think we put it on the screen today. No, we didn't. But I had already connected with you. We connected yesterday, I think, right? And I watched that video so far. I see you put out a few more today, or today or yesterday. I'm going to put this latest one into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. We can see this is a dynamic creator and obviously more than one type of music to be listening to. I wish I followed through when I was younger. They made me play trumpet in school and high school. I eventually became the drummer, but that took years of convincing to finally get to happen for the last couple years. But I never followed through with like learning to play a guitar, and I'm not like great on actually not even good on a piano, to be honest with you. Shorts over here have gotten into 1,500, 1,700 views, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. A lot of music covers, they say, and a few original songs as well. And why is Switzerland calling me like 3 times today? And then Ashley Dale Kelly is working on 300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I haven't played drums probably since then. I can't remember the last time I even got in front of a set of drums. I'm hoping it's like a bike, you know, like riding a bike. You can just get back on it and start playing or whatever, but I'm unsure about that. Maybe one of these days I'll do something about it. Rent a studio in Toronto and go play and make a video or something. Manuel's Aquarium is up on the screen. This is another brand new channel for us. Now, again, I know I say it a million times. I don't watch videos or subscribe while we live stream. The video that they've got is perfect to connect with, though. At 3 minutes and 1 second, it's perfect. But I'm going to take something longer. I'm going to take one of your live stream replays. I'm going to put that into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that live stream replay. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put that notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Pardon me for 1 second. And then, thank you for the super chat, the source.
For anybody that's brand new to...
Pardon me, thank you for the super chat, the source.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And the source is here. We got to make sure we match the avatar, but it's really easy because theirs is obviously easy to identify. When we get to this channel, so the source is bringing a lot of variety, but it sounds like they want to connect a lot of creators as well. Very enthusiastic creator, and I know they've been making lots of friends. I've got the latest video. They just put this up an hour ago. I've put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. A lot of variety and content here, and then live streams on the channel as well. They got plenty lined up. I'm going to set notifications for all of them. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. It looks like they're going to do these are one a couple days from now, and then they're set up for next month if I'm not mistaken. And then what they were doing is they wanted us to look at another channel. I'm not sure if they're still here. I'm going to do it just for a second. We already looked at that channel, but I'll put them up for a moment. But thank you for sending a friend over as well. So down the road is coming up. And then, oh, here it is right here. Yes. So I have yet to connect with this channel, but thank you for sending them over. Word of mouth is still one of the best ways to meet new friends. When people give you a recommendation, let's say, and send somebody in. So lots of content here to be learned about. And I think this is a fellow Canadian, am I not mistaken? But we'll read from their About page and see that when we get there. But thank you again, the source, for another super chat. They've done that before. I really do appreciate that. Brandon Plays, good to see you in the house. They got another channel there. I'm not sure if we're going to have time to get to any more. I'm running out of time here. And we're going to be on again 3 days from now. But we have another live stream coming up where you can meet some more friends. And we actually do link drops over there as well. It's more like a nightclub. We got some Grand Theft Auto footage going. There's music playing. And we play stream avatars in the background. Poker Culture is here with 849 subscribers. I didn't realize we hadn't seen this channel yet either. So we're getting through a lot more channels today. I'm just going to grab their latest one though, because I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I'll put that video in my watch later list. After the live stream today, I'll go through that list. I'll watch that video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put the notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then the next channel that we're looking at is Rock Chick Beauty. This is a longtime dear friend. She's been with us for about 4.5 years as well. And she comes from the UK. She talks about all things alternative, but lately more beauty, makeup, lifestyle, and she's been getting into a lot of product reviews, unboxing videos, even sponsored videos over the last few months. When we look at her channel, we see that she posts frequently. Interestingly, she's been with us, like I said, about 4.5 years, but 4 years ago, she changed her channel up, literally reset, restarted, and the idea is if you could come back again a second time, would you be stronger and more solid in your growth and in your channel? And you can see she gives every channel or every video a different professional look to a thumbnail, but the bright bold headshots make her recognizable. And then when we dig through her shorts videos, we see that she's got plenty of these now into 3,200 on a couple of them and 8,800 on one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. I've joined her many times. I'm not sure on her channel or other channels, but many times for live streams before. And she streams occasionally, usually every month or two. She's probably due for another one, but we'll look forward to that when it comes up. We'll spin the wheel. We got another channel going.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then when we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we see Ruby, who is a creator who's with us just about every single day. They bring us a channel from the Pacific Northwest that features nature and wildlife videos, basically thinking ASMR because of the pleasing audio and pleasing visuals to go along with it in all of their videos, as well as live streams. They post some shorts here too. You'll find some humorous moments there, but I'm just going to grab their latest video. They cut a skunk out here on camera. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep or get caught up with them. You see all the different types of looks that they're bringing to us in their videos, nature and wildlife together. The humorous moments come through in the shorts videos where there's more wildlife. You see that these have gotten into 11, 12,000 and even 16,000 views. Live streams on the channel, they've experimented with horizontal and vertical live streams, or landscape and portrait, and they bring all sorts of videos and live streams of different lengths. They could be anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long, and they post frequently, almost every day. So Rushing Wind Mountain is monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And we're going to look at New Horizons Above and Beyond, and we'll see what they've got going on there with us every day as well. They bring a lot of variety. Sometimes they take us shopping, but they've got a lot of outdoor content on their channel, as you'll see in a second. I dropped a link again for that raid for anybody that wants to come over to our copyright-free music channel. You got an extra hour, or however long you have, to continue connecting with other creators the same way we do here. All the music can be used in your videos and live streams, and it's available on all major music platforms as well. So for now, thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me if there's channels that we did not get to. We try to get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. Today was a little bit better than usual, actually, for that. New Horizons Above and Beyond is up on the screen. This creator, like I said, brings a lot of outdoor content. Almost I'd consider it a homesteading channel, but they do a lot more adventuring than anything else. I'm going to put the latest video on my catch-up list. We'll get to the shorts and see a lot more outdoor content here. They give us updates on their about section to let us know what's coming up. They've gotten into 1,600, 2,000 views on a couple of these, and a live stream as an experiment, but they've got a few more live streams ready to go in the next couple months as well. So thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent. We'll make a quick exit. I hope everybody will connect to our moderators if you haven't already. I'm sure we all understand these streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. And then I hope everybody will come over, visit our music channel. If you've got a second screen, check out Just Jason Keto and more. He's on right now. And then Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere in another hour from now. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. small YouTuber looking to connect. Superchatters got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty badges and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Superchat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.